Hey guys, it's Gwendolyn W. Hey, I have not been on here for a while, since October. Took a well-deserved break. Needed one really, really bad. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gwendolyn W. I am the life and relationship coach where I navigate God's people into their true worth, their purpose, and into their powerful, prosperous next level. For those of you who do know me or who do know of me, it's good to be back on social media. Even though I'm not a fan of social media, I never have been, and I don't think I ever will be. You guys know who tune in with me. You know, I got on social media just a few years ago in the space of authenticity. God called me to authenticity, transparency, and to the gut-wrenching truth of being blatantly honest before the world. I did not call myself. I did not even want to come. He called me here to display and reveal my triumphs, my victories, and my wins, but also to display my hurt, my pain, when I get tired, when I get weary, and when I get weak. The journey in its entirety. Because how many of you know that it's not even reality to just have victory and triumph and wins all the time? That it's not going to be peaches and cream all the time. That there's time when it's going to be pain, it's going to be sorrow, it's going to be weariness, it's going to be hurt. You all who tune in with me, you already know my story. And those of you who don't know my story or my journey, hopefully you'll take the time out to look at it, because I had an ugly story, an ugly journey, but I'm not on here for this today to tell my story or my journey, because our stories and our journeys is the making of you. It's the making of me. It's the making of us all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's the making of us. I'm just here today because I haven't been on social media since the beginning of October, for over 2 months, going into 3 months, because I needed a break. And I know when I need a break. And when I need a break, I take a break. Because God's vessel, when he's using us, the best comes out of us when we're under pressure too. But sometimes we need to rest. And this was a time where I knew my body needed rest. I'm on here today to say, hey, and I'm coming back to social media. I lost, my family and I lost so many relatives. You know, sometimes when you post a person or two relatives that you've lost to death. Sometimes people think, you know, you just lost those two people. In my case, and in our case, my family and I, in our cases, not so. We've lost 14 people over a time frame. And most of the people that we lost them back to back to back. Like, we haven't caught a break. And it's been hard. A lot of people in my family in the generations have just been wiped out. Let me just give you, let me just talk about the time frame and the people that we've lost. My cousin, Michael Stenson, who just died recently. My cousin, my friend, and my mentor. We were so close. Not many people are like that close to their cousins and stuff like that, but I was so close to him. He died October 16th, 2024. My Aunt Brenda Hiles, who I took care of, she had no children, but I was basically her child. She died October 7th, 2024. Her and my cousin died days apart. While I was getting ready to bury her, I got the phone call that he died. My mom, Shirley Williams, she died July 10th, 2022. My best friend, Cheryl Lynn Donegan, she died October 23rd, 2020. My uncle, my mother's brother, youngest brother, Willie Hiles, he died September 10th, 2020. So in other words, my uncle died in September 2020. And then my best friend died October 23rd, 2020. They died a month apart. I was friends with her since childhood. My uncle was one of we were very close as well. My other uncle, Moses Hiles Jr., he died July 14th, 2020. So my uncle, Moses Hiles Jr., died July 14th, 2020. And my uncle, his brother, these are my mother's two brothers. My uncle Willie died September 10th, 2020. July, August, September, they died 3 months apart. Charlotte Rowski, my son's godmother, she passed away in there somewhere. Very close to our family. My Aunt Juline Grays Dobine. My Aunt Jewel died April 14th, 2019. My dad, Jerry Williams, he died December 30th, 2019. So him and his sister died a few months apart. Moses House Sr., my other uncle, my mother's brother, died May 14th, 2000. No. I'm sorry, Oscar Lewis died 5/16/2014. That's my mother's other brother. Milton Hiles, he died Moses Hiles Sr., my grandfather, he died 5/14/2014. And Oscar Lewis died 5/16/2014. Both of them died 2 days apart. That, my good people, was a double funeral where my grandfather and my mother's brother bodies was laying up there at stake together. Milton Hiles died 9/24/2009. Nenner Hiles died 6/30/2008. That's my grandmother and my mother's brother, a year apart. And Lewis Himes Sr., one of our favorite cousins, died 10/28/99. That's 14 people. Close people, not distant relatives, close people. I'm sorry if I was stumbling over the dates and even the names, but it was even hard for me to come on here and put this video together. Like I said, God has called me to authenticity, transparency, gut-wrenching truth, blatant honesty, to display my victories, my triumphs, my pain, my hurt. When I get tired, when I get weary, when I get frustrated, when I get discouraged, when I'm pissed off, when I'm correcting people, even when I'm correcting myself and telling on myself. He told me to come on here and share the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm doing my purpose work, what God has called me to do, what God has commissioned me to do, what God has commanded me to do in the earth realm. Maybe, I don't know who it's going to help. It is not even reality or realistic to just act like we're winning all the time. Everything is good all the time. Everything is a perfect life, displaying a perfect life out here all the time. It's not realistic. It's not reality. Transparency and authenticity is so helpful to people who are going through hard times, going through difficult times, going through times that they cannot figure out, who are treading unfamiliar territory, whether it's divorce, whether you just bought a house, whether you just lost your car or lost your house, whether you just bought a Benz or a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, or whether your dog just died, or your mother just died, or you landed this contract that you've been after for a long time. or you're bragging about your children, or if you're having a tough doggone time with your kids. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's okay to talk about it. It is reality. It is a real thing. To bear all. I keep telling people being private is a curse. Tell it. Talk about your journey. Talk about your pain. Talk about your discouragement. Talk about your wins. Talk about your victory. Talk about your triumph. Talk about your tears. Talk about your laughter. It's all a part of the journey called life. Life. It's the making of you. It's the making of me. It's the making of us. It's real talk. People don't believe us when we just out here shining and looking good all the time. They want to know how we got here. They want to know what happened. How did you get to where you are? How was your journey? Anybody who has really tapped in with me, they know I have bared all. I've talked about my most embarrassing life moments of my journey. From the drugs, to the alcohol, to the cigarettes, to losing a $500,000 home, to losing luxury cars, to losing my career. Now to losing a lot of my relatives. Ooh. To the anxiety, to the depression, to not wanting to live anymore. I have bared all. God told me to come on here and bear all. And I did everything that he has told me to do. And I'm not going to even lie. I get upset sometimes. I get weary sometimes. I get tired sometimes. I get discouraged sometimes. But every time, God strengthens me through it. He helps me through it. He said, if it doesn't kill me, it's making me stronger. It's strengthening me for the battle, for the front line, for the call, for the destiny. For my purpose. It's giving me a more powerful story to tell. I know you can hear it in my voice right now. I'm getting emotional. That's why I had to take some time off to rest in God's love and in his bosom and in his healing. To trust him even more. To know that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. I know I'm called. I know I'm chosen. And sometimes I ask God, why so much pain? Why so much suffering? But I know it has everything to do with the journey and the calling. And to be able to help so many people through whatever it is that they're going through. Thank you for rocking with me. Those of you who rock with me. Thank you for tapping in. For those of you who tap in with me. Thank you for praying for me. For those of you who are praying for me and with me. Thank you for being patient with me Even at times like this when I don't get on here and show up because I need to rest, I need to heal, I need to relax, and I need to come back stronger the next time. Thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys know who you are, and I know who you are. To my family, we're all going to get through this. Because we don't mourn like those who have no hope. We know where our loved ones are. And I thank you guys so much for your love, for your support, and just for listening. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you real soon.